2, 3, 4.
Good morning, bitches. Good morning.
Good morning, bitches.
Good morning, Auntie Terry. My Auntie Terry has joined us.
Hi, Auntie Terry.
Welcome to Tuesday.
Yeah,
We are dressed.
we picked up the rest of our clothes, and we have been putting together some ensembles.
Looks. It's really refreshing to be dressed again, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Feels nice.
Yeah. So you are joining us in week 3 of our Entertainment Weekly cult movie challenge.
Mm-hmm.
We've watched Shawshank Redemption. We've watched Blade Runner. And this week, in the name of art, we have watched Scarface.
Oh boy. And what a slog it was. It took us, 3 days, really, to watch it, with a day in between.
Yeah.
We had to split it up into 2 separate sessions because the movie is so goddamn long.
Well, Crystal's seen this movie before.
I have seen it in bits and pieces. I have never, intentionally sat through the entire thing. But I have seen all of the requisite parts.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I hadn't, but then I'd seen enough clips of it that I was like,
Have I? Yeah.
I had not.
We both had very strong feelings about how much we disliked this movie.
Yeah, it's, God, where do we start?
It's hard to know. I will start at the beginning because I had not seen having not seen everything in context. And in fairness, I wanted to give this movie a chance. I went into it being like, this movie is some bullshit. It is a movie that everybody, mostly men of a certain age, think is just like the pinnacle of fucking filmmaking. And I have kind of half listened to it for so long. It's just like, this movie's it's bullshit. It's not worth my time. It is.
Are you describing how you went into it with an open mind right
Well,
now?
that's what, yeah. Well, because I was like, you know what? I feel like I have maybe passed judgment, and I have never actually sat through the whole thing. So I want to give it a chance.
Yeah, and I was like, I know Crystal doesn't really like this film, but I'm not going to try not to let that color me.
Right.
Didn't need to, honestly.
Yeah.
Colored itself.
It did. But, the beginning of the movie, it talks a lot, and we did a little bit of research, and it talks about how, Tony Montana is a Cuban immigrant, and, this wave of immigration hit Miami, and, during Castro's reign in communist Cuba, and I didn't really know or understand the political element of it when I had half watched it all those other times. And in a sense, wanted to give it a chance based on that. But it's not like Tony Montana was ever a good person in this movie.
Yeah, he's pretty definitively a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused. I have a lot of points of confusion. So the one thing that I associate this movie with is MTV Cribs. Every single time it was a rapper's house, it felt like. They would go, here's where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Here's my fridge. Here's my copy of Scarface. Scarface DVDs got waved around a lot.
And it's also the poster was in every frat house and in every teenage boy's bedroom.
My question is, are all of those people, the frat boys and the rappers and whoever, just ignoring the second half of the movie where he turns out to be kind of shit at what he's doing?
Maybe.
They're just into him for 2 hours and they forget the last,
Well, I don't know, because everybody loves the say hello to my little friend part. When
but at that
he goes
point,
out in a fucking blaze of glory.
At that point, he's done so much of his own coke that he killed his best friend.
Yeah.
And inadvertently his sister, basically.
Yeah.
and has made a series of terrible choices, and is so high he doesn't notice that an army has infiltrated on the TV screen behind him.
I think people just like want to embrace the anti-hero-ness of it, and this is something that we talked about too, is like, is he an anti-hero or is he just a piece of shit? Like, I don't think there are any redeeming qualities to really any of the characters in the movie. Like, there's a couple, his friend there that he killed at the end that was into his sister. He seemed like a decent guy for a drug.
If anybody was an anti-hero, I would say it was that guy.
Yeah, me too.
Because I don't know, how do you qualify an anti-hero? Like, they do bad things for good reasons?
Well, I think it's like they're bad people, but you're still rooting for them.
Yeah, I don't feel like I root for.
I was not rooting for him at all. No, I was like, what? How?
Going back to Manny, I think his friend.
Yeah.
That guy is also a piece of shit, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the way that
womanizer,
the womanizer in the context of this film is just grabbing some woman that he's never even spoken to.
Yeah.
Like, that's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just the level of, like, unchecked, belligerent, toxic masculinity running through this movie was very tiring. For 3 hours.
Yeah, almost, yeah. I mean, so here's the thing. How many women are in this film? Other than the women that he just, like, grabs on those floors or when they're roller skating in a bikini past his car.
Well, it's Michelle Pfeiffer.
Who gets treated terribly.
Yeah. His sister.
We're supposed to think that she's kind of a bitch, so maybe she deserves it, I think.
Yeah, or that, like,
she doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
She turns into an absolute coke fiend because she has a terrible life.
Yeah.
His sister,
who is a sympathetic character, I think. And
she might be his sister and his mum might be the only, like, genuinely sympathetic characters. And I think you're supposed to kind of not like his mum, though.
Yeah, which is ridiculous because, and maybe this is just a product of, like, me being in an older age bracket now, but when she gave the whole speech being like, I didn't raise you like this, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, it's fine. Someone's finally talking some sense in this movie.
Good one, Grandma. Yeah. I mean, his mom clearly also made it over from Cuba without becoming a drug
exactly.
Fan. She's got a nice house. She's doing okay.
We did think that the movie, to its credit, the movie looks beautiful.
It does. The cinematography's
gorgeous. All of the, like, really big, wide, like, sweeping, like, dolly shots.
Mm. And the colors.
Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful.
Like, big shout out to the set designer who had a great time
on
this movie.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, just the incredible, like, Miami 80s opulence of, like, all of the sets.
His house at the end is, like,
insane.
His office where everything's, like, black and
red and gold.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, those were the things that kind of kept us going.
It's also one of those things where I was watching it at the, like, the big shootout at the end, like, when they're out in the, like, hallway.
Yeah.
Like, well, that has to be a set because they're destroying it.
Yeah.
So they built that huge, like, opulent hallway, just to absolutely destroy it.
I know, that's, speaking of things that I actually related to in the movie, which just make me feel like I'm getting old. When they were, like, blasting through the house, I was like, that is going to take ages to fix.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a tear down by the end of it.
Yeah, did he, like, custom build that whole thing and he just doesn't even care? It's like, I think too practically for movies like this now. But
yeah.
But overall, it was a terrible movie.
I don't know that I'm going to quantify it as terrible, but I'm never going to watch it again.
No, well, it was hard to sit through. You don't want to watch it again. You didn't necessarily feel sympathy or relate to any of the characters. We can recognize cinematography and the acting, honestly. Like, the fact that we dislike these characters so much means that they did a good job of acting.
Yeah.
We did say, like, everyone was just, like, acting their butts off in
Yeah,
this movie.
there's nobody
Nobody
who's
phoned
like,
it in.
well, there's that little guy that looked like Bruno Mars who got
Oh, yeah,
10
right.
lines. That guy was phoning it in.
Yeah.
He was all about the outfits.
Yeah.
That's
all you needed in the 80s,
Yeah.
really.
he was like one of Tony's minions. He doesn't get a lot of lines, and every time he said something, they kept going, "Thanks, Bruno Mars."
I mean, we made our own fun of it, honestly.
The pacing is strange.
Really
the
weird.
First half of the movie is very slow. And you know, there's like the guy getting chainsawed in the bath bit, but other than that, it was mainly just talking and driving around and whatever. And then halfway through this, like Kenny Loggins-esque tune kicks in, and there's a like getting it done montage.
Yeah, this like whole montage where suddenly in 3 minutes, Tony Montana becomes a successful drug kingpin after an hour and a half of the movie of us watching him like just kind of be a dick.
Yeah, so it's like really long stretch of kind of boring how he got into the drug trade in Miami. Montage explaining that he does it for quite a few years, and then the demise.
Right.
Like the middle bit might have been an interesting
film. That would have been maybe where we would have enjoyed some.
Yeah. And then there's a weird bit where they add in the morality where he won't kill his kids.
Right, yeah.
And I don't know what that's for. Like, we're suddenly supposed to think that he has a moral code.
Yeah, like a conscience of some kind. But I don't buy it.
It kind of comes out of nowhere, like they're going to blow up this car and there's kids in it. So
he just shoots the guy that was going to blow up the car instead. And then we are supposed
that's kind of like the beginning of the end, is that he won't kill those kids.
Right.
Weird.
So, I mean, yeah, the movie makes it out that, like, the fact that he did have a conscience for a minute is actually what led to his downfall. He should.
Yeah, that is kind of what it's saying. I mean, if people are watching this and you like Scarface, like, talk to us about it. Like, there's probably some things that we're missing, but as people who just watched it for the first time, not super impressed. Also, I obviously knew it was like, I knew what it was about, and I had seen the end, and I, knew that it was known for being very violent, whatever. I had it in my head for some reason that it was based on a true story, and that somehow made me forgive the excess that I understood to be in the film. If it's just like, an artistic interpretation of like a genuinely bloody saga in the drug wars. But it's not based on a true story. It's just some bullshit that Oliver Stone came out with.
Yeah.
He just went to Miami. I was reading, he went to Miami for like 3 years and did a ton of coke.
Right.
And like met the coke people in Miami at the time. And that was his research. And
yeah,
it's like, I could tell that you did a ton of coke.
Right.
If this is what you wrote.
Well, yeah, because I think I was reading something too where he said that, and he's like, I didn't actually do any writing then.
Right.
I wrote the whole thing sober. Like, well, of course you did, but still. Anyway.
I mean, that montage screams of coke binge.
Oh, definitely. Excuse me, I have to adjust my outfit. Hello.
So, yeah, we are now going to play one of our songs to close out this show, and then we'll be back on Thursday. We're going to chat a little bit more about this film. Very interested to hear from anybody who thinks that we're very misguided on this.
Or just, has other thoughts.
Don't just email, oh, I don't get it. Like, if
give us something to go on. Yeah.
And then on Thursday we will be performing a song.
Original song.
An original song that we are writing about Scarface.
Mm-hmm. We started it last night.
It was easier than the Shawshank Redemption.
Was it? Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, the Shawshank Redemption, I was very unsure how to start. How do you write a song about somebody being in prison for a long time?
I think we knocked it out of the park.
We did knock it out of the park.
We're about to do it again. Ooh.
Calm down, love.
Well, not.
Brought a guitar stand up, thought it would help. Just getting straps and wires caught around it. And it's getting chewed by the cats.
Yeah.
Yep. They never chewed it in the apartment, but now it's in the house.
All bets are off.
Okay, so this is a song off our last EP. We'll be back on Thursday, same time, same place. Pretty girl, can I buy you a drink? Come on, just a little one. Why don't you give me a chance? I'm a real nice guy. Hey, I'm talking to you. When you get off me, it's such a goddamn bitch. Are you serious right now, dude? Let me break this down for you. My language will understand. Not everything's about you, man. I don't want anything from you. I don't need anything from you. I'm just trying to get a drink without a side of harassment. No, you think you can you're behaving like trash, dude. Take that low class line. Take your no class shirt. Go find another bar. Before I show you how much of a bitch I really am. You don't want to see that, man. You pretty girl, can I buy you a drink? Oh, come on, just a little one. Why don't you give me a chance? I'm a real nice guy. Hey, I'm talking to you. When you get off me, it's such a goddamn bitch. Are you serious right now, Maddie from Scarface? Let me break this down for you. You like the show, understand? Not everything's about you, man. I don't want anything from you. I don't need anything from you. I'm just trying to get a drink without a side of harassment. Don't you think you're cute and you're behaving like trash, dude? So take the low class line. Take your no class shirt. Go find another bar. Before I show you how much of a bitch I really am. You don't want to see that, man. There you go.
We'll see you back on Thursday.
Bye.